Say hello, Spokey. Finally, he's here. Hey, buddy. What's cooking, man? Hey, Spokey. Spoke on a deodorant. Oh, you kissed me? You see him kiss me from the camera? Oh, look at him kiss me again. Oh, so cute. And there is Ajay. And Suvarna's right here trying to look for attention. Pa Suvarna. Bama. Namaste. What to do in the first 24 hours after a breakup. The number one power move that you can do is to walk away. When I went through my divorce, God bless my ex-wife. If it was not for her, I probably would not have this content for you. Because when she left, isn't that right, Ajay? When she left, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. So I'm sitting down on my couch. I can still remember from my lawyer, how much my hands were shaking and my palms sweating when she was saying all of these things about me that were true. I was drinking, smoking cigarettes, not taking care of myself, getting upset, getting mad at myself, getting upset at her. All of these things were true. I'm sitting there sweating and trying to fix everything in the first 24 hours after this breakup. Well, it was a divorce. And to be fair, this was the first 24 hours after I saw the divorce papers. We'll leave that as that's a nice breakup, okay? That's a solid breakup there. What happens is that I wish I would have sat down with myself at that time and aces my life with mind hygiene. A is accept your awareness, C is communicate your compassion, and E is embrace your empathy, and S is soften the process. Mind hygiene. Speak your heart with empathy aloud. Speak your heart, don't let your patient down. Mind hygiene with empathy around emotionally. Freeing the clouds, don't judge yourself. Always in doubt, this is how your doctor's burnt out. Mind hygiene is something like a crown. Crown yourself, don't let yourself down. Has there ever been a time you judge yourself? Try to let go, but nothing helps. Weight gain, drug stain, money drain, sleep pain. Feels like you don't even love yourself. Well, I've been that low. Let me let you know that to Guler meant I learned to grow with mind hygiene. I'll be a keynote. And the patients to give you 95% go. Mind hygiene, that's the goal. Be vulnerable. That's the goal. Embellish your empathy. Don't embellish your empathy. Don't hate yourself. That's your goal. Well, what happened is that after I wrote this song, I'm like, I got to stick to those values. Recently, I just got ghosted twice, and I stuck to those values. And I said, look, I am going to speak my heart with empathy aloud. Speak your heart, don't let your patients down. In this case, maybe me too. Mind hygiene with empathy around. Let me understand what happened with them. Let me aces my life with mind hygiene instead. Let me accept my awareness. C, communicate my compassion. E, embrace my empathy. And S, soften the process. That means that I wish back then, when I was sitting there stressed out on my phone and I accepted it, it would have been done right then, right? Acceptance is the biggest power move you can ever make. In 24 hours, I would have accepted it. I wouldn't have drank. I wouldn't have drugged. I wouldn't have went out to the club. I wouldn't have said, I can't believe my ex-wife left me. Can you believe she did that to me? Bro, you don't need her, man. You're a doctor, okay? You know what? You're a good-looking guy. You can find somebody else. Oh, there are plenty of fish in the sea. You know what? Don't forget her, man. Oh, and then let's curse a little bit, right? I don't curse anymore because it's gotten me into too much trouble and I just don't feel good doing it. Putani ba. Ba. Ba putta, ilba. Ba putani, apan pakabama. Ba. Ba putta. Yes, I just don't curse anymore because I just don't feel good doing it. And what happened is that during that time, I wish I would have just not talked to anybody in the first 24 hours after this divorce. Instead, what should I have done? I should have written the crap out of it and not talked to anybody. And I kind of did. What did I write then? God can't judge me today until I make a way. Grow a rose out the pavement and say you're not okay. Oh, I did write that. I'm at your mercy, you won't regret it. I don't want to live this life. I did write that. My ex-wife, you gon' be great. If it wasn't for you, wouldn't be spitting this today. Wasn't for you, wouldn't be spitting straight. What I'm trying to say there is I'm writing all of this out. Do You see what I'm saying? That's how Mind Hygiene developed. It developed from all of these rap songs. It developed from the idea that I'm like, hate on you, don't hate yourself. Instead, make a way and love yourself. Well, I don't really, so those bars were ringing inside of my head as I kept on writing them all the time. I knew that there was something wrong. Better days, waiting for them better days. So I sit and pray, taking no breaks. Today, today. Physical and mental abuse, mind confused. As I'm bringing up all of these bars, and you have to understand that when you rap and when you sing, especially when you rap, you're constantly writing a lot. Friends that be making demands that are keeping me see as close. You know, I don't want to go down this road. When you keep on writing like that, you tend to understand yourself better. And there's medical evidence to support this writing too. EMDR, eye movement desensitization reprocessing therapy. I just talked about this in the previous video. But what happens here is that you take this 24 hours before. So you can see how I'm talking about before. You need to put the tools in place now. You need to have the delayed gratification in place for several years. After that divorce, I was single for 7 years on purpose. Sure, I went out on a few dates here and there. I was asked out. I told them, I'm not ready. In my mind, I should have just said, look, I'm not going to do it. But, you know, I wanted attention. I was lonely. I wanted to kind of also see, am I ready yet? But I just did not think that I loved myself. At the time, I was still people pleasing. I was still not having delayed gratification. I still did not have discipline or did not invest in myself. I don't feel I deserved anything, but I like what I said there. I didn't feel I deserve it because I didn't earn it yet. This video, I have earned this video. I don't know if you understand what I mean by that. I have taught myself mindfulness. I have studied compassion. I have earned empathy by writing by myself when nobody's watching me. And I did it for several years, not knowing what I was doing until this ghost. And then I realized that, why God did you do this to me? I've always asked, maybe I should reword that. What do I need to do to inspire from this? Why did this happen to me? Not why did you do this to me? Because that's a victim mindset. Instead, why did this happen? How do I need to inspire from it? All kinds of things have happened to me over the years that I'm like, why did this happen? Instead of saying, well, I can't believe this happened to me. Why did they do this to me? Instead of that, it's more of eye movement desensitization reprocessing therapy, which is trauma therapy that helps the brain reprocess painful events. It separates what happened and how it makes you feel now. In breakup recovery, eye movement desensitization reprocessing therapy shows us that you don't need to erase the memory. You just need to detach from its emotional charge. Writing and bilateral movement like music, walking, rhythmic breathing stimulate the EMDR effect. You move the event from trauma to process memory. And that's exactly what happens with eye movement desensitization. You take a memory that you perceive as bad, and then you reprocess it, and then you inspire from it. Now, I don't view an event as trauma. I just view it as an experience that I need to inspire from. And until I inspire from it, in the first 24 hours after a breakup, never, and never is a strong word, never talk to anybody about it. Don't talk to your friends, your family, your therapist. Don't even talk to me. Don't even listen to me. I'm not giving you any advice. I'm saying, look, I am the inspirationalist. I'm doing all of the work when nobody's watching. I'm personally developing myself by myself. I bawled my tears out in the first video here, so now I'm okay. But if I hadn't done that, and after the camera was gone, if I hadn't cried, I wouldn't have been so happy right now. Because you know what? There's a lot of happiness and joy. I have so much joy now because this is it. Like, I always knew that there was something that was meant for me that was very deep. But I had to get past a lot of things. When I was younger, I was in juvenile detention. I hated myself for that. I resented myself, so I took that out on other people. What I've developed affectionately called resentment implicit bias. I have hatred towards myself for something that I did that could have even been a few seconds long. It could have been 5 minutes. It could have been 5 days that I did to somebody that I was mean. And then what happens is that I take it out on other people. They did that to me. I can't believe, why me? Renting space in my head, leasing space in my head. How about you take some ownership in my head? And all of the equity in my mind is clogged up. And that's it. What comes after that? Hatred. Here is some EMDR. Deep down trauma therapy, relive horrific memories, relive trauma vividly. My dad physically, mentally abused me. Mother lived in psychiatric facility. Brother didn't know what he wanted to be. With all these problems, I should have been a statistic. See, I go to psychotherapy monthly, continually. 5 years, I struggle emotionally. That's why I treat my mind hygienically. That's why I train my mind conditionally. Motivate you and inspire yourself. Don't wait for a savior or anyone else. I'm not a saint, savior, messiah, or have the master plan. I feel my purpose is to help you understand all the stories and pain and all the suffering. Stories and pain is just the beginning. What am I saying here? Psychotherapy, I went 5 years psychotherapy, relive horrific memories, relive trauma vividly. So I'm talking, I think I had just done EMDR. So here's the thing. This is one thing. I hope that people burn this in their memory from all these videos. If you could just, all these videos that I do, if you could just take one thing. I tell patients, I'm like, look, we'll give you everybody, okay? You're Zac Efron. We're going to give you a personal trainer. We're going to give you a chef. We're going to give you a coach, the best coach in the world, by the way, Hollywood style. We're going to also make sure that somebody's going to be there with you working out all the time. You're going to get a coach for your new movie, and we're going to make sure you get into the best shape of your life, and you'll have these people full-time working for you 5 hours a day. 24 minus 5, 19 hours. 19 minus 7, if you sleep for 7 hours, is 12. 12 minus 3 hours to do a few other things, 9 hours. 9 hours, you're just left by yourself. Thoughts spiraling. Nothing is reprocessed. 60 minutes after a breakup, you're doing the same thing. You don't have your coaches next to you. That is the problem. The problem is that you have not written it down enough to know what you're thinking. You haven't been single long enough for you to go from self-hate to self-love. Not saying that you hate yourself. It took me 5 years to go from self-hate to self-love. I just wish that somebody sat me down and said, look, buddy, if you stay single for this period of time, you're going to love yourself. I wish somebody just told me that. I would have been okay. I would have been fine. Sure, okay. One of my business coaches told me that it could take 10 years to grow on YouTube. I'm like, if I do 10 times the work, it might grow a little bit quicker. And then what I can do is I can help more people quicker. But what I'm doing now is I'm working like 100 hours a week. I just started a YouTube channel to help young adults who are suffering from mental illness believe in themselves and find love with themselves and love themselves. And the vision is to help donate money to create mind hygiene water filtration systems in Haiti, in India, Syria, Ukraine. I've been to Haiti, I've been to India. For some reason, I feel like I have a calling to go to Ukraine, to go to other countries like Syria, countries that have been destitute and have nothing. And I want to go there and I want to help. And I've served in Haiti, multiple medical missions, and I want to do that also. And for me to do that, I have to earn. And I don't need anything. God has given me everything that I need. I don't need anything in this life anymore. Now it's all about the vision. How am I going to help as many people as possible? And with that said, I need to write and I need to stick to my core values and I need to do it all the time. And when you do, God will have something big for you. God will have something waiting for you. Even if you take 24 hours without talking to anybody and you write, if you believe in God, Creator, Lord, Vishnu, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, whatever it is, it's a higher power. It's a connection that's greater than you. That's it. It could even be nature. When I was doing AA, there was somebody who said something about nature. Puto, ilbama. Bah. Putani ilbama. Ilapam pa ka ba, puto? Now look at my cats there. Pa. Spokey, ilbama. Yeah, so with that said, we'll go to a study from Shapiro for eye movement desensitization reprocessing therapy to process post-traumatic stress disorder. It found that trauma-related memories can be reprocessed through structured emotional exposure. This study shows that your brain doesn't need to forget. It doesn't need to finish. It needs to write the story that you tell yourself. If you tell yourself, I can't be in love again, that's what you're going to feel like. I can be in love again if I love myself. Now what you're doing is you're creating a different belief. Oh, I told you I went to juvenile detention when I was younger. Reprocessing that memory, the only way I could do that is to go speak at the juvenile detention center that I was locked up at as a teenager. And I worked as a prison doctor. Imagine that story. I was a juvenile detainee. My family takes me out to India, and then I become a doctor. And then I work as a doctor in a correctional facility. And when it comes to post-traumatic stress disorder, we have to be a little cautious about how we speak about it. People can be traumatized in various ways. They can be molested, they can be R-worded. There can be so many different things that could have happened to them. No, we can't speak to everything. I'm not giving you medical advice here. I'm just asking you to inspire from the story. So with that said, it may take some time to reprocess some of these memories. Like I said, I was going about 2 to 3 times a month for a few years. But if I was to give you all of these coaches and you don't write and you do whatever you want, you're not going to know what you're doing. With that said, there will be a link in the description to a Mind Hygiene PDF that you can follow along. Please comment, share the video for people that may need to hear it, like the video. And also, what I would say is that if you do inspire from it, let us know how I can make this better and what you would like to hear and what you think about this channel, because I just started it. And I'm Dhruva MD, and I wish you the best, and I hope that you inspired from this 3-part series. Namaste.